Greetings and welcome back to another episode of...
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of I'd Lather Be Shaving. I am Douglas Smythe from PhoenixShaving.com, and with me to my left...
Matt Pisarcik, Razor Emporium.
That's right. And today we are going to be doing some stuff.
Yes.
That's about shaving.
Yes, and that stuff includes talking about all things travel cases, travel soap, travel blade holders.
Travel.
And also trying to figure out how you can get a modern-made soap into one of these containers.
All this and more today on I'd Lather Be Shaving.
Stay tuned. So, we've covered it a couple times, I feel, but it's one of these subjects that there's so much to talk about, so here we go.
Talking about it yet again.
Again, traveling. Gillette has always had an association with traveling. I think that when you're on that business trip, when you're out making a sales call, you want to make sure you look good, and Gillette, who was a traveling salesperson, kind of wanted to tie it together.
King Cork, right?
Yeah, the corks.
Yeah, corks. Caps, bottle caps.
Basically.
Another story for another time. Go on.
But he kind of wanted to make sure that if you were going to be the man also on the go, that the safety razor was able to keep up with you on your travels, and you could, as they say, have a barbershop in your pocket. So that was one of their phrases.
Was it?
Yeah, the pocket edition, barbershop in your pocket.
Okay, I like that.
So the earliest sets, like this is a set here, double ring set from 1904. Literally one of the very first razor sets Gillette made. You'll notice that they are putting the blades already in some little cardboard kind of blade holders for travel. And one is labeled sharp, one is labeled dull. So these would come with 10 Gillette blades, and you would move them, I guess, as you used them to the dull
I'm not even
area.
going to guess. I'm going to say that's what you did for sure.
Yeah. But that only lasted for the first couple years, and eventually it just turned into, like this set here, this is a single ring from probably around 1911 or so. You just see now it's just 2 blade containers. So they both were actually stuffed full of blades, so it'd be 20 blades total. But the other really cool thing that started happening was you get these canisters, and a lot of people when they first see a combination travel set like this, they're gonna say, what exactly is a canister? What does it do? And why is there this little button on the bottom that would kind of push up?
I used to assume when I wandered antique stores back in the day that it was for powder.
Powder?
Because the holes in the top.
Talcum powder, yeah. That's not a bad guess. But if you have a complete set, you can see that they were made for little travel brushes.
Isn't that cute?
Yes. So the Gillette had a travel brush to be in one, and they'd have a soap stick in the other. And sometimes, I don't believe that one has a old vintage soap stick, but this one does. This is a Colgate, actually. You'll find these old vintage, it almost looks like a piece of wood at this point.
Yeah, this one has got some weird oxidation happening on it as well.
Yeah, they're funky for sure. Usually they're always wrapped in aluminum foil, and they're pretty much dried out at this point. Interesting note, Doug and I have known each other quite a while, and our very first collaboration of a project was remaking the soap stick that would actually fit into the Gillette canisters.
It was a challenge from Matt to me.
It was a challenge, and so we called it King R Emporium. But and these may make a presence comeback sometime.
It could make a comeback. It was a bitch to make, folks. Can I say that? Okay.
We can say
bitch
that.
to make.
If you want to see it come back, tell us in the comments that you love to see it come back.
Bitch to make.
Well, anywho. So the combination set, another really cool one's over here. This is, I think, 1907 set from Gillette, and they didn't have the 2 big tubes yet. They actually had a smaller travel brush. You may have seen one like this, that the base kind of comes out.
Screws on, yeah.
And you screw it on. I think Mercur or a couple of other makers
different brands
make them like this today.
Yeah.
Obviously, mine's a little bit in disrepair. I don't do any restoration on vintage stuff for my collection. It's all
I do.
Well, that's because you're a trader.
I trade things, cards especially, baseball.
Pokemon. So anyhow, this is a great little combination travel set over here. And another really cool one we get asked all the time about is this deluxe set. So if you've seen
Let's see it.
If you've seen old Gillette travel sets or the ads, you'll see it says $5 to $75. Well, this was a $75 model.
Light.
Yeah. And it is gold, not just plated. That's a gold razor.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the knurling it's more decorative than actual knurling. I mean,
So Gillette only had like 3 or 4 master engravers, and so all these pieces were done by hand. So the travel tubes, the travel blade banks were all hand engraved. And this would be a set, if it was $75 in like 1908, 1909, it'd probably be like $1,400, $1,500 today. Imagine spending that on a travel set. So yeah, pretty cool to say the least.
yeah, no, that is something else, folks. Keep your eyes open for that one.
Yeah, that'll come up for sale never. But another really kind of cool thing is the evolution of the blade bank. So you see we go from cardboard to metal. Some people often have a question of which one is which. Now let me ask Doug here for a challenge, on the spot challenge. He did not prepare for this whatsoever. I'm gonna see if he can identify. We're gonna grab 4 Gillette blade bank styles, and I want him to see if he can guess roughly when these are from. And I did.
When they're from, okay.
Yeah, I did put them in chronological order.
I'd say, well, let's see. I'd say this is the earliest one.
Okay.
This is the second earliest one.
Okay.
Third, and fourth earliest.
Very close. I did say they were in chronological order, but it's right over his head. So you'll see these in like the 19.
What is chronological?
Time. Yeah.
Cronus. Go on.
So this is going to be from like the 1910s era, 1920s era. This came out in like 1917, only like in the aristocrat set, and this is the 30s era. So if you come across these, that's when they're from.
Is that Bakelite?
That is Bakelite.
Okay.
Yeah.
As is this.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that. This is just a beautiful case.
That is. What is it?
It's Bakelite.
Well, I mean.
Thought you'd never ask.
Yes. What is it though? What is it? What brand?
I did put this in chronological order, Matt.
Oh.
This is Kadum.
Kadum.
And this, smell that. This stuff smells magical.
It kind of does.
Yeah, I would love to recreate these cases. These are beautiful.
What does that date from? Like the 20s, 30s?
Honestly,
Bakelite?
I got this in a lot sale. I wasn't ordering this, so I don't know much about it.
Is it American or?
I think it's British.
Okay.
I could be wrong. If you know something about Kadum, please leave it in the comments below. We would love to learn more about this one.
But, that's very cool.
Yeah, and it's in excellent condition, the case. So we got that going on.
And then we were kind of mentioning earlier, Colgate had these other kind of metal tubes. Now, one interesting thing to note, I believe.
No,
not this guy.
No.
Oh wait.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's...
Nah, I won't go.
Okay, so instead,
Close.
a lot of people just assume that
Arco
won't fit in a tube, but it will fit in the shave brush travel tube.
Yeah, so find one of those.
So you want to have a push bottom, but for traveling, you'll get about that much use out of it. And if you create or take a thread spool and put it in here, as this gets shorter or more used up, put the thread spool in there and it'll give you a platform. So you'll always have a little bit to work with. Yeah, so this is a tip that we really just thought of right before the show. But there you go, folks.
Now,
Colgate.
if someone wanted to take a soap that they love that's not in a stick format, how would they get it into one of these?
I have no idea.
Well, that's the end of the show, everyone.
Yeah, no, I thought you'd never ask, Matt. We're going to be doing a little bit of, I guess we will just pull out stuff as we need it.
Yes, pull out stuff
As we need it.
We need it.
Now, folks, you're going to need, depending on what school you subscribe to, are you an all-natural type of guy?
I'm from the School of Rock.
Yeah, now raise your goblet of rock.
Yes. I don't know what that means. I think that's Saturday morning. Or are you an I don't give a kind of guy? And if that's the case, mineral oil is for you. But we're going to
Hazelnut
do a
oil.
little tutorial. Yeah, I'm using hazelnut, which might not be my first choice. I just grabbed oil as I was leaving the shop. But it does work. What you want to do is take apart the travel stick case. And we're going to use mineral oil for this because Matt gave me the okay. This is his case and he's into mineral oil. He's really into mineral oil. Which is, it's FDA approved. They say it's safe, but I just don't like to use petrol byproducts or petrol products on my face.
Well, I guess the thing is you can consume it on accident and you're not going to have an adverse effect.
And baby oil. Baby oil has mineral oil in it.
Yeah.
So you just want to lube up the inside of this tube with mineral oil or natural oil. Castor is a really good. I like the viscosity of castor oil.
Gotta love castor's oil.
Gotta love viscosity.
I prefer 10W30 actually.
I prefer WD-40 actually. Spritz that right in there.
Spritz.
Yeah.
A little breath freshener at the same time.
So there we go.
So we lubed up the inside of my patinaed silver antique.
We did.
All for you guys, all for you.
For science. And now you want to take a soft soap or a cream soap, crope.
Or one you left in your car on accident.
Yes, that's true. And who does that?
The mailman.
The mailman. That sounds redundant. Okay, so we just keep sticking this stuff in there, in the tube, and it'll take shape eventually, the longer you use it. But you just want to... Oh, you know what? Forget the cap. Don't forget the cap, folks. Okay.
Yeah, if it's a Gillette style, they'll have like a little push button here in the bottom that helps you push it up.
Now, for the sake of speed, I'm not doing this nice and neat, but I recently did a tip on my own channel on how to use a modern deodorant stick to do relatively the same thing with. But this is something, so many people think that they need to find a stick to fit in there, or they cut up their arc, they whittle down the arco with a knife and wedge it in these things. But
put it on a lathe. I mean, that would be so much easier.
Put the soap on a lathe?
Yeah, just spin it and a little chisel.
Spin it to win it. Okay, so for time's sake, that's good. And you just want to mash it down in there, and
that fit like quite a lot more than I thought it was gonna fit inside there.
Yeah, my hands are all lubed up.
I
so.
can
Okay.
try, since I'm not as lubed up as you. So yeah, it looks like you can kind of push that right up.
There you go, folks. So you can reuse these things. You just gotta think outside the box, or the tube in this case.
Yes, it won't go down as nicely, but I don't think I needed quite that much.
Yeah, you don't need
pushed up.
that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, it'll get harder. It'll actually cure. The soap will cure in there, well, as it's in your travel bag or whatnot.
Should someone put it like in the fridge or freezer?
That's actually a damn good question, and you could try that. I actually say try that. Try the freezer, and then before you go traveling, throw it in your bag. The only problem I can foresee is there'll be condensation after the fact, and I don't know if that'll be reactive with the metal, depending on what the case is made out of.
Be like
But
frozen inside there?
it should work. As long as you've lubed it up with mineral oil or a natural oil, you should have no problem at all. Fractionated coconut oil is also another great oil to use. But there you have it, folks. It can be done.
Well,
This has been another killer episode, I'd say.
Well, we kind of killed this whole travel thing. We've done it all now. If you have any other travel ideas or ways to travel with shaving products or questions, tips, comments, please leave them below.
Also, we're going to be doing a little giveaway. All you need to do to enter the giveaway is comment below. You could win one of my aftershaves or one of my soaps. Not necessarily this scent. In fact, I might take whatever scent you want, but you can win it. All you need to do is comment below.
And what is the comment supposed to say?
Hopefully it has something to do with this episode, but it can also just,
Hi, Douglas. Hi, Matt.
hey, how you guys doing?
I'm your biggest fanboy.
Biggest. Take the lotion from the basket. It's whatever. Cool thing you want to leave below, but that's how you're going to enter it. And that's, with traveling comes a good book. And my recommendation this week is The Cutting Edge by, what's his name? Mick Kibith. Great read, especially while you're traveling. Gillette history, pretty much part 2 to Russell Adams' book.
Absolutely. Great read.
Live it, love it, read it. Until next time.
I'd Lather Be Shaving. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Ridiculous.
The acid just kicked in.